Hey there, everyone. Hope you had a good Christmas day. Actually, this is the Christmas special, hopefully, if I've recorded this correctly. And this is because I know what you guys love more than anything in the world is Boom Boom. And today we are bringing you lots of Boom Boom. This video was inspired by the one, the only, the wonderful Growling Sidewinder. Sidewinder. Growling Sidewinder. There we go. Messed up in the first 25 seconds. Happy days. So, I watched a video where basically he led a strike with an F-82 to sink the Liaoning in his version of the game. And I thought, I want to make that bigger with more boom boom, more tactical, and not actually get any guys put in danger. So, this is Liaoning. For lore purposes, I don't know, imagine your own story if you want. It's in the South Atlantic map because I needed lots of space for this attack to work. And I have got lots of space. So it is actually in the South Pacific at the moment. It's on the west coast of South America, and it's sailing roughly southbound. My theory is that you know Argentina's invaded the Falklands. This is going, and they suspect it's going to get involved, and the basically decision was made to sink it. Now this time NATO has decided to be on the side of Great Britain in the conflict, and there is a rather large strategic US strike coming in. So let's walk ourselves through that. First thing we see, obviously, is an aircraft. This is going to be the B-1 Lancer. This is, so I will say as well, the period for this strike is sort of late 2020, so 2028 onwards, really. So the Lancers will still just about be in service, but they will be on their way out. But we've got some futuristic weapons to play with, which are actually really freaking cool. So, B1 Lancers, we've got 16 of these coming in, and what they're going to do is they are going to sling La Razum. La Razum is an anti-shipping cruise missile. It's stealth, which is what makes it actually capable of getting through and to, or fairly close to the ships. Bear in mind, stealth does not make you invisible. It makes you slightly more difficult to see. Other aircraft we have in the air today, we've got a bunch of MiG-29s. These are simulating drones, other strategic assets. Basically, they are the only aircraft I have in DCS at present which can sling these bad boys, the MALD. The MALD is the miniature air launch decoy. The plan is basically to saturate the... I'll put a load of these out. Now these, although they are tiny, are very mighty because, like I say, they've got a tiny physical size, but using electronics, they make themselves look bigger and like different aircraft, and basically terrify an IADS operator. I think these are programmed specifically like to look like B-52s. But you can do pretty much anything you want with them because low electronics. Last item on the agenda, we have a battery of HIMARS which have been swiftly flown into country and have taken over this roadway. We'll cover these guys in a moment. So first things first, for the first missiles we will see launched today should hopefully be the the MALs. Now the MALs will not hit anything or hit anyone. There you go, there's one away already. So the job of the MALD is to act, like I say, as a decoy. So one of the ways to reduce the power of your enemy's IADS is to give it less missiles. Bear in mind Type 052, which is what we're going up against here at present. I will check the Current Hill website. These are all, by the way, Current Hill mods today. The only the Liaoning isn't, and that's available from the website, from the DCS website. This has 4, so each of these, bear in mind there are 4 Type 052s. Each of them have 40 HHQ9s and 24 HHQ10s. So that's 64 surface-to-air missiles before you get to countermeasures and CRAM. Whew. So there you go. This is one of the HHQ9s going up now. This is obviously a very fast missile, fairly long range, will mess your day up. The other ship in the convoy, by the way, is even worse. Is even badder news for us somehow. It's a Type 055. Wow! Look at those missiles go. Yeah. So this is Type 055. This one has 24 HHQ10s and 72 HHQ9s. So we need to put a lot of rounds downrange to drain this IADS. So they have launched now. what I'm going to do is, I know the Lorazum will arrive at the target at about 1:15. I know from the moment of me giving the order to rounds raining down, it's about 5 minutes for the HIMARS missiles to engage. I'm using prisms, I'll cover those off in a moment. But bear in mind, 5 minutes to cover 263 miles. That's ridiculous. HHQ9, so you can see, incredibly fast, going up high, but doesn't actually have an anti-ballistic capability, which is going to be fairly crucial. ADM-160s, once again, fairly standard bit of kit. What I'll do is, we'll double check. This guy has one missile left, so we'll give them one more target to attack, which should mean they pump those missiles off. There we go, last missile's away in that flight. That flight is now drained. So what we can do is say set path. I'm going to turn everyone in to Puente Arenas. We're going to max power, please, and onto the deck. So these guys will turn away, just because if they were a drone, you wouldn't just fly them in blindly. You know, there's no point with all these decoys away. Like I say, you can see there are loads of mouths. They're not actually conning, so you can't see them particularly well, but they are here, and you can see those guys are turning, so that's fine. What we can do is we can now also hors d'oeuvre him. We'll just order these to Puente Natales because it's the closest airfield. And the B1s will go back to America. But you can see these are blobbed now. So these are the MALDs. They're at high altitude, about 20,000 feet, 600 knots, looking angry. This guy is at 700 knots, diving through 500 feet. So this guy at the moment, because radar's only line of sight, so it's only curvature of the Earth, sorry, and that kind of stuff happens, you wouldn't be able to physically see those missiles. Even if they had the radar cross-section of a mountain, you wouldn't be able to see them from the radars on these ships. So they're safe at present. This is purely to drain the IADs right now. Whew. You can see, look at the amount of missiles we are pumping out. I mean, I'm not counting, but, you know, that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 15 missiles there. That's half of one ship in terms of missiles. We've got four ships, so we need quite a few missiles to defeat things. Now, it's at about the 8-minute mark that I should launch or give the prisms the order to fire. Like I say, the prism is basically a hypersonic anti-shipping ballistic missile. I've got them on the nearest sort of physical roadways. This is actually quite an interesting thing. So the MALDs do start manoeuvring, and you can see this missile, because it's having a turn, it's using so much energy. It's like, I can see him, I can get him. No, you can't. You're doing 500 knots, and you're 7,000 feet below him. So it just shows this. So like I say, you can see that there. He's dumping the nose now, trying to chase this missile, and he's not going to do a particularly great job by those things. If he misses, that's great, because that means another missile has to be fired to take care of that contact. This is how draining the IADs works. Because the thing is, even if you think this is a decoy, can you take that chance? Oh, see what I mean? Like, this guy's flown right over the top of him. He's 19,000 feet, 600 knots. He's, oh no, he's 26. It's just very difficult to film these things hitting things because they have incredible, film these things hitting things because they have a very low PK. But they are hitting them. They can see those missiles are being drained. Come on, lads, you've got to get him. 20,300, 28,000. It's going to be a miss, I think. Yep. Great. So you can see when they slow down, that just means they're going vertically straight down pretty much. Yeah. Look at that. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Now because yeah, it's working. My tactic is working here. These missiles are circling. These are doing brilliant work. Like, look at that. This missile still trying to chase. Can't. Run out of energy. These missiles, when they circle back around and get re-engaged, will have the same issue. Huh. That shouldn't be happening. I mean, they've lost lock on. Oh yeah, they were chasing those MALDs. So these MALDs have started circling as well. And there, yeah, you can see there's a Lancer up there. What we're going to do is we'll turn the Lancers away, send them back to America. So lead, so that's Enfield flight Springfield flight. Colt flight. That Colt. Uzi flight, perfect. Colt flight. I don't think I got Uzi flight to turn away. And Uzi. Uzi 1-1, turn cold. By the way, if you wonder where I am in all of this, in law terms, I'm in this thing. I'm basically acting as the battle space commander. So we've got 1 minute until we need to order the prisms to be fired. But you can see the Malds, they're making it surprisingly close. We fired them at about 200 miles. We fired them at about the edge of that range ring. So they have made it roughly 62 miles. Bear in mind, for those of you playing along at home, it's only another 60. Oh, it's only another 70 miles. So they made it halfway through the IADs. And these are just things that are designed to get shot at. You know, they're not. These ones aren't manoeuvring at all. They're just flying in a straight line going, da 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 da. I'm dead. There we go. There's some boom boom. I promised you boom boom on this, the Christmasiest of days of the year. But yeah, bear in mind, these HHQ9s still can't see these guys. These guys are on the deck. Oh, no, they can see those guys. My bad. It's these guys they can't see because these guys are going to be on the deck. Now, Lorazums, I'm hoping will get burned through. I'm going to order the missiles away, like I say, at the 8 minute mark. What we'll actually do is we'll designate our target. I'm going to designate the carrier, and we're pumping more missiles out. This is perfect. This is as good as I could have expected it to be. To be fair, this is as good as I could have expected it to be. Look at these missiles. Oh, hang on. Bo, 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 bo. Are we about to lose an aircraft here? Nope, we're not. So again, the B1s, because they have an aspect of stealth to them, aren't being targeted at this range. So we are going to instruct this target. 12 round grouping. 12 Overlord 1-1. Prism launcher. Engage. 12 rounds. In your own time, go on. So this is, let's say, HIMARS. So it will do a HIMARS maneuver here, and please work, you bastard. There we go. So erect. Whew. So you can see it's two missiles per tube. And they are quick. This is normal time, by the way. This isn't fast forwarded. These are quick rounds. These are a bad day to be in the Chinese Navy. Now, these are going to go so high that the Chinese can't actually target them yet. These Lorazums at the back, Lorazums, so this is just the clump of Lorazums going in. I wish they'd all gone as one pack, but it is what it is. Got some Melds around there doing burnouts. These guys, you set them a path to basically just go home, lads. Go home, lads. The war's over. Go home. I don't know why I'm doing an Irish accent today. And they turn cold quite rapidly by the looks of things. Don't know if they were like, we'll go Wild Weasel. It'll be fun. No, lads, not in a B1. Maybe if you're F-16s, we could do some Wild Weaseling. But again, HHQ9 being used to target a Mald, I think, there. Couple more rounds going after Malds. These are still going to... They're going to make their way all the way at the target if not shot down, basically. So they do good stuff. What we'll do, we'll pull these guys back to 300 miles an hour. 10,000 feet. And yeah, they can cruise home. Oh no, they're out of fuel. Oh well. Like I said, they're drones. We don't care. They're not aimed to simulate anything. Look at the prisms, by the way. Prisms coming in two clumps. Two clumps should be 2 clumps of 6 rounds, basically. But they are now in space. You can see the entire map from here. You can probably see the MiG-29s. Hang on. Probably not close enough for the draw distance for... Oh, we will be. Because we'll go within 8 miles of track. So you may actually get it drawn in. We'll see. You may just be that the cons are so small you can't actually see them all the way from down here. Because they are at 147,000 feet and climbing. You can obviously see the MiG-29s are down there. Yeah, you can't see it, which is fine. So the HHQ9s are basically just being fired into oblivion. They're trying to chase these Mels which are sitting here and circling. The Mels have got range of 500 miles. They'll circle for a while. And like I say, until they get shot down, there's nothing they can do. You see this HHQ9 again, running out of energy, trying to chase a target. I think it's going for a mold here, not an actual aircraft. It can't. It's just, yeah. It's impressive as well that it's still looking for the mold and not the B1. It's lost lock there, so it's gone done. Bear in mind, you can see the prisms are actually going to arrive just before we do, which is exactly when I want them there. I want the so a couple of seconds before, and that way it'll just give our guys a few seconds to get through. Like I say, if we can get rounds on target, if we can get LRASMs on target, they will end the fleet. Prisms have a really small warhead. Ships, might surprise you to hear this, really big. Therefore, well, actually, at the speeds they are doing, break. So, I'm going to put weapons on just so you can see what we're actually dealing with here, because it's going to be quite quick. You don't need the ships. See, this is at the middle. HHQ9, what's that come out of? That's just going to space. That's come from the Type 052s. So 052s, 1055 in the back corner acting as a quarterback, then 3 052s. Just so you're aware of that. And that way I can just turn that off. It looks a bit less cluttered. Obviously that's us in our AWACS, not being shot at because we're in a notch filter. So we are safe here. But these doing roughly, let's call it 5 times the speed this guy's doing. 25 miles. So yeah, it's going to be just before. So this guy's 4 times the distance that this guy's at. So it's going to be seconds. Like I say, this should be perfect in terms of tying up the IADs. This has worked out way better than I thought it would. I am happy. Got HHQ9s going out, but like I say, they're going high. Yeah. HHQ9s are still going for the LRASMs, or for the one mold that's left. You're just sitting here like, can I go home to America too? Oh, okay. I'm going to just die here in the sea. Fine. Let's see if we can have a look and see if we can look down. And no, far too high. But yeah, so part of the reason I went for this is genuinely AWACS will see these a lot better than ships will, just because of the fact that AWACS is looking down onto them and it doesn't have to deal with the curvature of the Earth stuff. Oh, HHQ9 is coming out. So these are now coming out to defend against the prism attack, which is perfect. Again, look at the volume of rounds that 052 is having to pump out for this. What we're going to do, we are going to ride in the poop, 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 poop. We're going to ride this guy in. So he's coming through 55,000 feet, 3,200 odd knots, 11 degrees down bubble. Let's go. You can see the rest of the strike coming in. These are all targeted at slightly different ships based off my AWACS track. This is why I am glad the Chinese aren't flying today, because if they were, I'd be having a bad day in the AWACS. Look at that. There's the cons just spawning in for the ships. Missiles are going to start raining down. You're going to see explosions. Some things will get hit. However, these are incredibly quick. That's why I'm talking incredibly fast as well. You've got HHQ9s. You've also got the carrier getting involved because it's. This is because I'm making a presumption here. Because it's a mod of the Kuznetsov. It's obviously firing S300s. These are basically SA-10 rounds. This looks a really weird angle. Okay, there you go. There's the burn kicking in. Right, they're going to start pumping out rounds now. Boo-hoo! So much going on. Look at the speed these prisms are coming in at. Wow. Wow. Okay. Boom. Dead. Right, where's that? I'm pausing every time I get shot because I need to see a prism through here. This is objectively terrifying. Bear in mind, look at the amount of missiles. This Type 052 isn't shooting back at us. We've drained the IADs. We are getting this IADs drained. This is going to work. This is brilliant. Yeah, he's not shot back. Peng. Bear in mind, though, really small warhead on those, comparatively speaking. Therefore, you can see something like a couple of pixels of damage there. Whew. Prisms coming in. Grumble's missing. HHQ-10s are out now. We're not seeing these yet. These are basically the short-range missiles. Look suspiciously like RIM 116As that the Americans have, but wouldn't like to accuse China of stealing anything. Oh, 02052. Pang. Second hit. Look at that. So all the ships have been struck now, except for the carrier. HHQ-9s are out. The Lorazums are here. Oh, boys, this is good. Now, bear in mind, where's this HQ now go? That is still shooting at the Meld, which is off in the distance. Look at that. The Lorazums are coming in. Lorazums, as you can see, right on the deck. I mean, they're visible now. This is absolutely visible. Is going to get through. Whew. Babies. This is good. Whew. Naval guns engaging. Seaways. We're down to Seaways, guys. Now this, I'm going to pause there for a second. Being down to Seaways at this stage in the attack is perfect. Seaways has limited rounds. Seaways has, and limited range as well. Seaways has a range of about 4.5 kilometers. Sorry, yeah, basically 2.5 miles. You can't dispatch missiles quickly enough. Okay, maybe you can dispatch me in with that one. Oh, 055. The reason I'm watching this over the Liaoning, this is the more capable combatant. Trust me. Bang! Look at that. Chunk. Type 055 is dead. Now, this is going to be the interesting point. Even though, actually, one of the 052s is dead. So 2 ships down. Whew. Now, the really interesting thing to look at here. Because those ships haven't sunk yet, they are still radar contacts. The missiles, at least in the way they are programmed in game, do not have the ability to comprehend the fact that their friends have just hit this ship. Interesting, Seaways didn't see this at all. 055 is on fire. 052 over there, still alive somehow. 05 thingy on fire. No, 3 ships alive apparently. In fact, I'm going to do this as a screenshot here. Sorry, I just need to get a thumbnail, guys. Snipping tool, because that's how all my screenshots are taken. Right, bang. And there you go. So Liaoning is still somewhat alive, but missiles. No, Liaoning's dead. Actually, my bad. Interestingly, basically, because yeah, Liaoning is dead from one hit, one kill. I'm not theorizing damage models here, guys. I just don't know with that. But look at that, thump, thump, thump. Missiles are making their way through. That's just because I've got a static aircraft that I've put on the deck. That static aircraft is not going to fly ever again. But just because it's not physically been uploaded yet, the damage models in DCS for that are wonderful. Whew. So, HHQ-10 is out on the Lorazum. Are we going to see a kill? Nope. Ooh. Right, this is 052. This is the last surviving Chinese combatant ship. He's fended off the round so far. Can he? Not really. I just see this black shadow come flying across the sea at him. I'm gonna actually use this screenshot, I think. Just because this model's a bit nicer. Sorry, I'm just taking screenshots because wow, what an airstrike. So, bear in mind as well, I've attacked from a quartering aspect, which is actually the best for them to be able to bring weapons to bear. So I gave them that chance as well. I didn't expect that, to be fair. I did not expect that, lads. So we'll just ride the last missiles in. So to recap, I guess, what this shows the strength of is Meld as a weapon system, Prism as a weapon system. Prism, by the way, the anti-shipping missile is futuristic. It's not been confirmed as being something that's actually going to happen yet, but we think it will. Even if it wasn't, those missiles didn't need to hit their targets. As you can see, the Lorazums have done the legwork here. But even if you fire a scud at this group, which has no ability to target anything, and is notoriously inaccurate in the first place, the group can't take the chance. Even a broken clock's right twice a day. You put enough rounds down range, you'll hit something. You know, accuracy through volume of fire is a concept, and you know that probability doesn't lock in based on the amount of rounds of fire. You know, round 1 you've got the same probability of hitting as round 1000. But Liaoning is going down. Wow, genuinely, really pretty impressed with this mission today. Got explosions in the water, I'm presuming, yeah, because so missiles, if they're locked locked onto something and it sinks. Follow them underwater. So this is about to explode as well. There we go. We've got any ships that are on the surface. Liaoning is sinking out. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought, I guess. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye. What are you still doing here? Why going home? Have a Merry Christmas, guys. See you next time. Bye.